What if I told you a lonely spacecraft once dove straight into the smallest planet in our solar system? After uncovering secrets hidden for billions of years. And in its final moments, it showed us something that changed the way we see our place in the universe. The images you are seeing are not computer graphics. They are the real surface of Mercury, captured by the spacecraft Messenger. Mercury is the smallest of the 8 planets in our solar system, and also the closest to the Sun. Despite not being extremely far from Earth, it is one of the most difficult worlds to explore, arguably even more challenging than missions to Jupiter or Saturn. In this video, we follow the journey of Messenger to uncover the hidden secrets of Mercury. Mercury is a small rocky planet, orbiting at an average distance of about 57.9 million kilometers from the Sun. Its environment is brutally extreme. During the day, temperatures can soar to 430 degrees Celsius. But at night, they plunge to minus 180 degrees Celsius. It races around the Sun at a speed of 48 kilometers per second, completing a full orbit in just 88 days. Because of this incredible speed and the intense heat, Mercury has long been one of the hardest targets for space exploration. In all of human history, only 3 spacecraft have ever been sent to this mysterious planet. On November 3, 1973, a probe named Mariner 10 was successfully launched. Weighing just 503 kilograms, it became the first spacecraft in history equipped with imaging systems for planetary exploration. Its mission was ambitious: fly past Venus and eventually reach Mercury. On February 5, 1974, Mariner 10 passed within 5,760 kilometers of Venus, capturing thousands of images of its thick cloud layers. Later that same year, on March 29th, it made its closest approach to Mercury, just 700 kilometers above the surface. During its mission, Mariner 10 took over 10,000 images, mapping about 40% of Mercury's surface. It provided scientists with the first real glimpse of this planet. But it was only the beginning. The spacecraft that would truly unlock Mercury's secrets was Messenger. Reaching Mercury is far more difficult than it might seem. Even though the average distance between Earth and Mercury can be around 150 million kilometers, the real challenge lies elsewhere. Mercury sits deep within the Sun's gravitational well. Any spacecraft sent toward it is constantly pulled and accelerated by the Sun's immense gravity, like trying to swim across a powerful current. Slowing down enough to enter Mercury's orbit is incredibly difficult. Scientists initially considered carrying massive amounts of fuel to counteract this effect. But adding more fuel increases weight, which requires stronger rockets, which in turn adds even more complexity. For decades, no workable solution was found. After Mariner 10's mission in 1974, no country attempted to return to Mercury for over 30 years. Then, in 1985, an orbital mechanics expert named Chen Wanyan proposed a brilliant idea. Instead of fighting the Sun's gravity, why not use it? She designed a complex flight path that would allow a spacecraft to gradually slow down by using gravitational assists from multiple planets. According to her plan, the spacecraft would orbit the Sun 15 times, fly past Earth once, Venus twice, and Mercury 3 times, before finally entering orbit on the 4th approach. This journey would span an incredible 7.9 billion kilometers and take about 6.5 years. At first, the idea was overlooked, but by 1998, NASA had no better alternative and finally decided to adopt this strategy. On August 3, 2004, the Messenger spacecraft was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida. It was a mission of extraordinary ambition. Messenger stood about 1.42 meters tall, measured 1.27 meters long and 1.85 meters wide, and weighed approximately 1,100 kilograms. It carried powerful propulsion systems, advanced scientific instruments, solar panels for energy, and most importantly, a ceramic heat shield designed to withstand the sun's intense radiation. In its first year, Messenger orbited the sun. As it passed near Earth, it used Earth's gravity to boost its trajectory, while also collecting data about our planet's atmosphere and magnetic field. In 2006, it flew past Venus. At one point, Venus was positioned on the far side of the sun, causing Messenger to temporarily lose radio contact with Earth. After 2 flybys of Venus and 3 of Mercury, the spacecraft gradually adjusted its speed and trajectory. From January 2008 to September 2009, Messenger made 3 close passes over Mercury. The conditions were extreme. Sunlight on Mercury is about 11 times more intense than on Earth. When closest to the sun, the front of the heat shield reached temperatures of 371 degrees Celsius. Yet the spacecraft endured. After traveling 7.9 billion kilometers over 6.5 years. On March 18, 2011, Messenger successfully entered orbit around Mercury. Here, without sunlight, temperatures drop below -180 degrees Celsius. The surface is heavily cratered, scarred by countless asteroid impacts. The largest of these is the Caloris Basin, stretching 1,550 kilometers across, a reminder of a violent past. Despite the extreme heat near the sun, Messenger's heat shield allowed it to complete an orbit around Mercury every 12 hours. One of its most surprising discoveries was water ice. Deep inside permanently shadowed craters near Mercury's poles, Messenger detected vast deposits of ice, estimated at around 11 billion tons. This was astonishing. On a planet so close to the sun, scientists had long been fascinated by Mercury's massive iron core, which makes up about 75% of its diameter. Although its magnetic field is less than 1% the strength of Earth's, it is still strong enough to deflect solar wind and create a magnetosphere, similar in structure to our own. Messenger was originally planned to operate for just 1 year, but it far exceeded expectations, continuing its mission for 4 years. During that time, it captured over 250,000 images, mapping more than 95% of Mercury's surface. From this data, scientists gained unprecedented insight into Mercury's geology, chemical composition, magnetic field, and evolutionary history. Then, on May 6, 2010, from orbit around Mercury, Messenger turned its camera back toward Earth. What it captured was breathtaking. In the image, you can clearly see Earth and the Moon, our only home in the vast universe. At that moment, Messenger was about 183 million kilometers away, a tiny blue dot floating in darkness. Finally, on April 30th, 2015, Messenger's fuel was nearly exhausted. It was time for its final mission. The spacecraft descended toward Mercury at a speed of 3.9 kilometers per second and crashed into the surface, creating a crater about 16 meters wide. With that impact, its journey came to an end. But even in its final moments, it provided valuable data about impact processes on Mercury. Perhaps that was the perfect ending for a mission like this. a spacecraft that traveled billions of kilometers, endured unimaginable heat, and revealed the hidden story of a forgotten world, all before becoming part of the planet it came to study. Thank you for watching.